Hey guys, Pat here, welcome back to another video. In the last video we went over LF transforming Beast Gohan's abilities, and now we're going to take a look at LF Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Evolved Vegeta, and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku's abilities. I don't know how to say it like that. So as we know, you start out as Vegeta, and Vegeta is green, and Goku will be reverse green, which means he is effective against purple characters, and Vegeta will be effective against blues. So you start as Vegeta, the switch ability, you attack switch into Goku, you reverse your element factor, shorten sub count by 2 to self every 15 timer counts, plus 10% to health restoration for 15 timer counts, nullifies own attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions for 10 timer counts. Applies the following effects to self based on own remaining health. If it's 50% or more, 10% HP and 30 ki. If it's below 50, you get special move arts card. Activates once, 20% HP, 50 ki. Not bad. There's Strike. Vegeta has Blast Armor, of course he does. -3 to own arts cost for 4 timer counts on hit. Pretty good. Reduce your arts cost and pull off combos. So on the blast, -3 to own arts costs for 4 timer counts. So they're just reducing their arts cost on both strike and blast. Really strong. Blue card, massive impact damage. Upon activation, 30% to special move damage for 3 timer counts. 20% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 3 timer counts. Charges switch gate by 20%. And nullifies endurance. Pretty good. God, is this green card long enough? Restores health by 10%, 20% to blast damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, 15% to blast damage inflicted by allies for 10 timer counts. Applies the following effects to self according to number of times used, and number of times special arts card limit breaking evolution is used. So the first time, randomly draw at most 3 cards when you have 3 or fewer, restores ki by 100, nullify cover change for 10 counts, and nullify destroy enemy card effects for 5 counts. You use it again, you randomly draw at most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards, 60 ki, and then again you draw 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer and 4 ki. Okay, so it gets slightly worse over time the more you use it, looks like. Interesting. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. When this character enters battle via attack switch, 100% damage inflicted, 20% to special move damage inflicted, 70% reduced damage received. Increases art card draw speed by 1 level. Effects reset when attack switching to Goku. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield: 20 ki, 70% damage inflicted, 40% to own ki recovery for 15 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies attribute downgrade plus 10 to strike and Blatar's cost for 5 timer counts. The following effects also occur if remaining health is 70% or below. Draw a special arts card next. Nullify unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 10 timer counts. Seals enemy rush for 5 timer counts. Seals all enemies' main abilities for 5 timer counts. Not a complete stop to the enemy, but definitely a good one to prevent them from getting just one shot, I guess, from rushes and ultimate cards on main. The following effects occur if own ki is 30 or lower after they use an arts card. Restore 20 ki, activates once. Activation count resets when attack switch is performed. Shortens ally substitution count by 3. Activation counts when character attack switches. Alright, pretty solid so far. I mean, I say pretty solid, but it's really good. They have a cover change against their strike arts, callable into the blue. Slightly charges own unique gauge every time this character uses an arts card while they are on the battlefield. Once the unique gauge is full, it resets to 0 and the following effects apply to self. Randomly draws at most 3 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. 40 ki, 20% damage inflicted. Activation count is shared between Vegeta and Goku. 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, 50% to own unique gauge charge rate. Cannot be cancelled and activates twice. Nullify cover change for 10 counts. That's a lot of effects. Applies full effects itself every time they use a strike or blast while this character's on the battlefield. Oh, this happens to the enemy. Reduces ki by 5 and minus 5% to strike and blast art's power for 10 counts. Nice. That's really good. They have what? Level 1 card draw speed? Interesting. I guess we'll have to continue. Applies full effects itself when this character switches to standby. Restores its health by 10% and charges switch gauge by 100. Activates twice. That's an insane ability right there. The following effects occur upon landing a Striker Blast Hearts if there is a defeated battle member. 5% HP, 50% to own unique gauge, and 10% to special move damage inflicted, minus 5 to own special move arts caused. Restores Vanish by 100 and reduces enemies' Dragon Balls by 1. Quite good. Alright, that was Vegeta. Now we're on to Goku. So you attack switch into Vegeta, reversal and element factors, applies attribute upgrade, minus 15% to enemy sustained damage cut effects to self for 15 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, plus 15 to blast damage received for 15 timer counts, because they are a blast unit after all. Following effects apply to self based on own remaining health. 50% or more, they restore 10% HP, 30 ki. If it's below 50, they draw a special move arts card, 20% HP, 50 ki. That's it. Same strike, same blast. Same blue card. And the same green card. 100% damage inflicted, 70% damage received. Decrease art card draw speed by 1 level. Character enters the battlefield, 20 ki, 40% to ki recovery, plus 10 to strike and blast arts cost, 5 timer counts. Following effects occur if HP 70% or below. Draw a special arts, no favorable element factors, so it's the same thing as Vegeta. Restores 20 ki, shortens ally subcount by 3 if this character has 30 or less ki. Interesting. I'm sorry if I'm going a bit fast. I am trying to have this done in enough time. So they have their... So Goku has a cover change against Blast, and I believe Vegeta has one against Strikes, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, no, correction. They both have one against blast cards. Oh, whoops. Slightly charges on unique gauge. Draws 3 cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. 40 ki, 20% damage inflicted. So, looks like it's mostly the same as Vegeta's. 10% HP, 100% to switch gauge. I'm trying to detect the things that are different, but for the most part, Goku does seem to be the same. There's a defeated battle member, 5% HP, 50% to unique gauge, 10% to special move, minus 5 to special move cost, 100% to vanish, and reduce Dragon Balls by 1. Overall, I think this is going to be an incredibly strong character. They do remind me of the Tag 4s from last year, just better, obviously. Big difference being that these guys have a unique gauge and can switch much faster than the Tag 4s could last year. Okay, yeah, so Vegeta has one against Strikes, and Goku has a cover change against Blast. Alright, so I was correct on that. Alright, but let me know what you guys think, and if you're excited for these characters, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can see my summons. I'll probably be summoning for Gohan only, though. So, go check out my YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and go check out my previous video where I read over Beast Gohan's info.